Hi, I'm Scott Garibay, and this is part of my Garibay Technology series. I am blessed to be a software technology professional, and specifically, I am a software tester. Actually, I haven't been a software tester in quite a while. I still test software every now and then, but originally I was a software tester, and then I became a test lead, and now I've grown my skill set to the point where I help companies organize multiple products going through multiple release cycles with multiple testing teams, right? But I've been testing software for about 15 years. And so, one of the things, it's a great skill set. I am super excited to have this skill set because one of the things that's great is companies continue to need software testing more and more every day because software continues to get more complex. So if you're a software tester, feel fortunate. It's an awesome thing to be. If you're not, consider going into it. It's a great career. But what I want to do today is I want to get into software testing basics. So today, what I want to talk about is the three core types of testing, which are functional testing, regression testing, and integration testing. Okay, so I'm going to define these. I'm going to speak a little about them. So functional testing is when you're testing to determine if something works the way it was designed. So the way code goes to production. So basically, every time you have an idea and you want to make it, you want to code it, and you want to deliver it to your customers, what you're going to do is it starts as an idea, and then it becomes a requirement, and then that requirement is turned into code, and then that code is turned over to us, software testers, and we get to test it, right? And so basically, when you reach and then you test it, and then once it is defect free, you deliver it to your customers in the environment which is called production environment. And the testing that you do, that is done in the QA, quality assurance environment. There's an environment before that. It's often called a sandbox or system integration testing environment, and that's where unit testing is done by developers. That's kind of complex. We won't really get into that today, but those environments exist as well. So functional testing is testing that's done in the QA environment to determine if the code that has been written, the functionality that you're delivering to your customer, works the way it was designed to work. So let's say that I work for a company that makes shoes, right? And we're going to sell those shoes to the customers through a shoe website, right? So I want to test that the customers can select the shoe and then they can pay for the shoe, right? And they can select multiple sets, right? So be able to select multiple sets, be able to pay for those, right? Be able to shop for shoes and pay for them. So one, being able to go through the site and just select 3 different pairs of shoes and put them into a cart. Let's say that's one piece of functionality we want to test. So I would test that functionality, that I'm able to select 3 shoes and put them into the shopping cart. I would test that to determine if I can actually do that. That is functional testing. Okay? Regression testing is testing that is done, which is to determine if the code that you've built, the functionality that you've built, that you're going to deliver, does it break any existing functionality? Okay? So on my site, one of the functionalities I have is the ability to log on to the site, right? So I may have put something into the code that is for selecting 3 pairs of shoes and putting them into the shopping cart that broke login, right? So when I test, I need to test that I can select those 3 pairs of shoes and I can put them into the shopping cart, but I have to go, and that's functional testing. I have to go back and retest the ability to log into the site because I may have broken that functionality. Regression testing is testing functionality that existed before the new functionality that you're delivering to your customers was there. Okay. Last is integration testing. Integration testing is the testing that the new functionality, the new code that you're going to deliver to your customers works with works with all of the associated systems. Okay, so my Garibay shoe company, the new functionality to select those shoes and put them into a shopping cart needs to work with all of Garibay shoe companies' systems, right? So all my servers and all of the written code and all of everything within my own infrastructure, right? But I have vendors, so Nike's going to give Garibay Shoe Company shoes. I'll probably be able to order them from their site. And so when I get low, my software needs to check in Nike software to see, hey, I just sold my third to last pair of Air Jordans, so you got to send me some new pairs. So that is my vendor's system. So integration testing tests that what I do works with my vendor systems. Also, my customers, when let's say they've selected 3 different shoes, and this guy's like the dude who's ordering shoes is like a shoe geek, and he's got 3 different weird pairs of sneakers. Some people collect those, and they get really into what colors they are, and so he wants to take this list and go talk with another sneaker collector and see if he's got the right list, right? So he wants to print that out. He's going to print that out using a PDF, right? So now I need to integration test my software to make sure that what's in the cart can be turned over to a PDF, can actually be created as a PDF. And Adobe, the people who make a PDF, they're a non-associated entity. So I need to make sure that my software works with my own systems, with my vendor systems, and with non-associated entities. Okay, that's integration testing. Integration testing is by far the most important, and the reason why is, well, so any tester worth their salt is naturally going to do functional testing. You really don't need to remind them. In some ways, you don't even need to write functional tests, in my opinion. And then regression testing is often forgotten, right? Functional testing is so intuitive, it's so obvious that people do it without a lot of planning. But regression testing and certainly integration testing are often forgotten, right? So actually, if I do a test that somebody can add shoes to 3 different shoes to the cart, and then it triggers, and then it actually and I also test I log in, I put all my 3 different shoes in the cart, and then I print it out through Adobe, right? And then additionally, I make sure that it triggers a reorder from Nike if I'm low. That one test, which is an integration test with some regression testing in there, that will really cover functional as well, right? So you want to focus on regression and integration, and very much integration. You really want to focus on integration. So it's fine to have functional regression and integration, but integration is by far the most important, right? So these are the 3 core types of testing. Every single software tester should understand these fundamentally and should seek to do these well, right? So those are the different testing types. Later I'll talk about testing categories. Thank you very much for watching this video.